Right then guys, I guess we should do a final thoughts on this little series of videos that we've done on the CBR 1100 Super Blackbird XX. It is done. We went out for a ride. I'm hoping you've seen all of that now, and you've seen it right from the beginning. I put it into a playlist, which is not something I've done before, so if you want to see this right from the day it arrived here, right until this moment here as we have it, as it were, then just go back and watch some of the previous videos. But it is done. I've just been literally finishing off a few little bits and bobs. I'm hoping that's just a hair and not a scratch. Yep. Okay, a couple of little things to catch up on, or to point out, as it were. Sorry about the camera angle on the camera when we went out for a ride. I didn't have that right. I will address that next time around, but it was my first ever kind of ride out with a camera on my helmet, so forgive me for that. And the sound quality was a little bit squeaky harsh, a little bit of popping here and there, which again, I've turned the volume down on the camera, so that should eliminate that. But we're going to do it again anyway, so hopefully time will tell and we'll get that perfect for future reviews, as it were. The bike, I really do like this bike, and I love the way it's come out. When it arrived here, it was looking very, very sorry for itself, as you'll know if you've seen the first part of this video series. But we've done a lot to it. You know, it's taken probably 6 weeks, but a month of that was waiting for the Fairings to arrive, and they did arrive. And I mean, I've spoken to a few people and they said, look, monster Fairings are the best. If you really have got any kind of queries about the quality, as it were, then buy a cheap one and you'll see how bad they are in comparison to the monster ones. And you know, you'll see you paying the money extra is worth it, apparently, because there was only a couple of little bits that didn't fit the way I wanted them to, but generally speaking, I think it's a pretty good fitment, as it were, considering that it all comes out of an ABS mould, I believe. As you can maybe be able to see, I've taken the grab handle off for the moment, purely and simply because it kept doing that thing that we spoke about before. It was kind of the cover that I used, this big Oxford cover, was sticking to the grab handle with the new paint that I put on. So I just figured, screw it, just take it off for now, and I can always put it on for the sale or to take it out or whatever. And there was a few, I don't know if it showed up in the last video, but there was a lot of kind of what I would call water streaks in this framework up here on this engine casing here. We'll go around and have a little look here. It was more evident here, and it was all over this engine casing. Now, I went on to one of my groups, motorcycle groups, on Facebook, asked them the question, you know, how do you get rid of that? And it's the bizarrest thing: oven cleaner, to get rid of the water drips, as I would call them, that tend to stain this kind of metalwork here that's been painted. Just literally oven cleaner, without the bleach though. So a bleachless, ammonia free, as it were, I suppose, oven cleaner. You just literally spray it on all over, try to protect the paintwork if you can. I used bits of card, leave it for 15-20 minutes, not in the sun of course, leave it 15-20 minutes, then soapy wash it off, and then rinse that off, and then dry it straight away, because otherwise what will happen is you'll end up with the streaks of water again if you let it dry naturally. So you've got to microfiber towel it off, and as you can see, that's come up stunning. That's like new again. I've done all the bright work, as it were. Those rear hangers, as you can see, they've come up beautifully now. The exhausts have come up nice, the engine's come up nice, everything on here. I also managed to fit the Givy or Jivvy tank bag mount there, so that it takes it away from being so obvious that this is actually a cover and not the original tank. The only thing really left to do is try to buff up this seat a little bit, and as you can see, it is looking spectacular now, considering what it looked like 6 weeks ago. I really hope, as I said, that you've enjoyed the series, and I really hope you'll comment and consider subscribing as well, and give the video a thumbs up. That always helps the channel to grow. This was never about the money. This was all about bringing this old beauty back to life. I mean, it's only just done 28,000 miles, 2 owners, full stamp service history, and now it looks the part as well. I've not even polished it for this last part of the review. I enjoyed the ride. It was as fast as I expected it to be. I didn't expect it to be 165 horsepower, if I'm honest, but it's quick enough, and it's butter smooth, you know, really butter smooth. The riding position is a bit of a quandary for me, because, you know, I'm not a young guy anymore, but there are risers you can get just to stick here. I've got it, I'll be honest, I've got it up for sale at the moment already, but I've put it at such a price that I think it's worth it. And if no one gives me that price, I'm going to keep it, because, you know, it doesn't owe me a huge amount of money. This, all told, cost me £2,000. You know, 1,500 quid for the bike. Again, refer back to the original videos from the beginning. 1,500 quid for the bike, 480 quid for the fairings. I got 100 quid back for the side panels that I took off. I've still got some side panels and bits and bobs. Well, there's the old nose cone up there, which is buggered. I'm not going to worry about that. But I can sell those on as well. So, you know, less than £2,000 probably to get that old banger bike that arrived here 6 weeks ago looking like this. That's it for this one, really. I mean, I think we've covered pretty much everything we can cover on this bike. I would do it again. You know, I would buy another Chinese fairing kit, and I would see about fixing up another one of these bikes, as long as you get a good base bike, as it were, something with decent service history, lowish miles, not a million owners. You know, it's worth the gamble, I think, because you've got to agree that just looks stunning compared to how it looked 6 weeks ago. You know, because as you guys know, we did all the kind of banjo bolts and stuff. They don't look brilliant, they don't look perfect. There's still some kind of residue here, but all this just literally wipes off with your fingers. You can see I could get some WD-40 on that and bring that back to black again. You know, so it's not like it's falling apart rusty. The rear shock is in very, very good nick. I mean, I've cleaned up everything on this bike to make it, you know, as close to bloody mint as I can now. And it is up for sale, as I said, but I'm not going to let it go for pennies. It's going to be sub £3,000, obviously, but someone's going to have to make me an offer that I'm comfortable for the work I've done and for the quality of the bike and for the way it looks. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep it, as I said, because, you know, it's a lovely bike to ride and I've enjoyed doing it. Anyway, subscribe if you haven't. Give the video a thumbs up, and comment below as well what you think about all this. You know, do you think it was worth it? I certainly think it was worth it, you know, because it's an iconic bike, and I think we brought back something that would otherwise just have languished outside somebody's house in the rain and the snow and probably ended up being parted out. As it is now, it does look stunning, doesn't it? All right, again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the series, and we'll see you. Well, you'll see me soon. All right, take care, guys. Bye.